Hey there, we're going to go over how to replace a peg on a mug rack. Sometimes they get broken, chipped off or something like that in shipping when the guys are throwing them on like baggage on an airline. So sometimes you just have to replace them. We'll go through those steps. To start out, you're going to want to know how to set it up so that you can fix it properly. Because at an angle, one best way to do this is to rest the support bar flat on the edge of a table. So you can see it's hanging off at an angle, but this flat bar is even with the table. It's flat on the table. So you'll want to do that so you're working perpendicular down the whole time. So every time that you put the peg back in, it's going to be nice and straight just like the others. So this is a regular one. We don't need to break that for demonstration. We'll use this one. And so none of these are broken, but let's just say one is. The first step that you're going to want to do is to cut off the peg close to the support bar. So then it'll be easy for you to drill into it. So a flat saw like this, it works well. And just saw off the peg. I already started, make it a little easy for you. So that saws off. So you can see it's close to flush. It doesn't have to be flush, but this one is. So what we'll start out doing is using a gradual increase in size of drill bits. We'll start from the center and get bigger and bigger with the drill bits until we're at the 3/8, which is the size of this hole or the size of the peg that goes in the hole. So we're going to start smaller than 3/8 and work our way up to 3/8. So here's a couple of different sizes. We'll start with the small one. So you can see I've got this flat on the table. And you should be able to feel going through the peg until you hit the bottom of the original drill out. So you can do that if you feel comfortable with it. If not, what you can do is you can mark your drill bits, measure at 3/4 of an inch, because that's the depth of the hole that the peg goes into the support bar. All right, it goes down 3¼ inches. So you can mark your drill bits, whatever ones you're using, at 3¼ and then you can see how deep you are when you're drilling into the wood. That's just a tip if you need to know how to do that. With the smaller ones, you can drill around a little bit, wiggle it around, get a little bit more out. Makes it a little easier as you increase stepwise with the bits. So I'm going a little bigger, back into that same hole. All right. And go up to the 3/8, which is the biggest one. The size of the hole, the size of the peg. 3/8. And you want to start out with this one at a high speed. You don't want to gradually increase. If you have a stepwise motor, you have to gradually. You want to go in full force so you don't kick around and end up stripping or chipping the edge where the peg goes in. So rest it into center. You want to keep the drill bit as straight as possible, because again, we're going in perpendicular here. All right. So you can see it's clean enough around the edges. Okay, so then we've got a peg. I'm just going to use the same one that I broke off, but it doesn't really matter for this demonstration. It's great if you have a little bit of glue just to put a tiny little bit in at the bottom. This is wood glue. I mean, just a drop. You can use super glue or whatever, but anyway, so you're going to take the peg, put it in the hole, and then you can take a hammer until it doesn't go down anymore, and there you go, new peg. Alright, so then once the peg is in, so these mug racks come in 3 different colors. The white and black are paint. So for this one, the white is an heirloom white satin. So to touch it up, you could, if you need to, you get that. If it's black, it's just a black flat.